Hey Internet, Eric here. Back with some more John Waters June. The last video I did for John Waters June was Crybaby. Absolutely love that film. Well, if you're new to this channel, you don't know what John Waters June is. All year long on this channel, I will have monthly themes for the type of movies I'm going to be discussing. And John Waters June, I'm going to be discussing films directed by John Waters. And I've already watched and discussed Serial Mom years ago. Absolutely love it. But that's the only John Waters film I've seen. So everything this month that I've seen by him and I'm going to discuss will be a first time watch. As much as I loved Crybaby, I thought let's get into one of his even more well-known movies. It's still in the musical aspect. Today I'm going to talk about Hairspray. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. This came out in 1988, I believe. Basic plot is we are following a young girl played by Ricki Lake. I believe this is Ricki's first film ever. And this takes place in the 60s. I don't know when, mid 60s, late 60s, early 60s, whatever. And her and her friend Penny are obsessed with this television show that plays music and you watch people dance on it. Like, Soul Train, is it American Bandstand was one of them, those type of shows. And there's this contest going, and she wants to become one of the dancers on that show. And she eventually does. There's a bunch of quirky characters. And then they bring in this plot about segregation, about how blacks are not allowed on that show. And Ricki Lake and a bunch of other people try to help break that barrier down and bring people of color onto that show so everybody can have fun type of thing. I enjoyed this movie, but I was also a little disappointed. Let's get to it. Ricki Lake, loved her in this. She was a lot of fun, very cute, very quirky. She had great chemistry with everyone. I loved her with Divine, who played her mother. I loved her with Jerry Stiller, who played her father. Her and her friend Penny, they worked well together. I liked the her with the actor that played her boyfriend. She's really really good in this. She's actually quite funny. Her huge There's this one girl who's like this huge rival. Very racist, does not want blacks in the community, brought into other activities, yada yada yada. And there's this one great scene where Ricki Lake, she's in a girls' reform school, and she sees her boyfriend on TV. She goes to the TV, she starts kissing it and making out with it, and suddenly her rival shows up on TV, and she literally just goes ah and yells at the screen. Really funny comedic timing when she's taken away during like the riots and the protesting, and she's yelling like no segregation or something like that. They're just dragging her away, and she's kicking and screaming. She's a lot of fun. Divine plays her mother and plays the evil racist TV show station owner, I think. I don't know that much about Divine. I just know Divine was a drag queen that was in a lot of John Waters films. This is my first time ever seeing him perform. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed him as the mom a lot. Again, he had great chemistry with Ricki Lake, with Jerry Stiller. And he was just so awful in a good way. He got, the point across about the character of this evil television producer. He was great. Jerry Stiller's funny. He's Jerry Stiller. He's the same character he always plays. He's the owner of like a joke shop or practical joke shop type of thing. And just his little quips, I lost a $2.15 silly putty sale. What are we doing here type of thing. He's a lot of fun. I really like Penny. I'm pretty sure that's her name. Penny, the best friend of Ricki Lake. She's so cute. She's so kind of airheaded. Like I know, like when they finally see Ricki Lake on television, she yells, "Hi!" I don't know her name, but "Hi, Ricki!" And then Divine just looks at her. She can't hear you. That type of thing. She's really good with she ends up becoming part of a biracial relationship. She is dating a character, a black guy named Seaweed, and she's got great chemistry with him. There's some really over the top scenes, like her parents don't want her to. I believe it's her parents don't want her in a biracial or a mixed race couple relationship type of thing. So they hire this fucking weirdo therapist played by John Waters. He comes in with something like he'll push the button. You know, it's like those hypnotizing things that spin around and around, and trying to teach her not to like black people. Or every time he'll zap her and say the word black person or something like that. Try to teach her like you would teach a dog. It's John Waters humor, and I get it. Other characters, the girl who plays the rival, she's mean and evil. Her parents are wonderfully played by Debbie Harry, whose hair keeps getting bigger and bigger as the movie goes on, and Sonny Bono, who's just such a fucking asshole. Um, Other characters, Mink Stole. I love Mink Stole and Serial Mom. I love her in this as the she's like an assistant on the television show who wants to help stop segregation. She's really good. So the characters are great. My problem is well, first off, I love the soundtrack. It's all 60s doo-wop music, dance music. All of it's a lot of fun. My problem with Hairspray is there are so many scenes of just dancing to the music. I grew up, I hated those dance shows. I never liked, that's when you knew the cartoons were over on Saturday morning. I hated so much. I hated Soul Train and American Bandstand and all that stuff. And that's what a lot of this is. This movie, I don't know if it's an hour and a half maybe. You probably could have cut out 20 minutes of fucking dancing. But I know you need to have a full movie. And it helped me lose interest. I really didn't give a shit. The segregation stuff, I came out of nowhere. Did not expect that. We needed more of that. I loved watching the protesting and trying to, the people being overly racist towards the blacks fighting back, Penny and Seaweed getting together. All of that was great, and it had a purpose. There's a scene where I don't know if it's the racist gym teacher or whatever, but one lady's walking down the street and she's scared by a couple black people, asking for money or something like that. This stupid shit, but it fit into the movie. That's the stuff I wanted to see more of. I didn't need to see Ricki Lake dancing for the 15th fucking time. I mean, that took up most of the story, and I didn't like it. There's another scene that was kind of pointless to me. Pia Zadora is a beatnik. Didn't care about that stuff. I wish there was more to that segregation story, the story about, putting differences aside, ending racism, ending segregation, all that stuff, because that's what got me interested, because that's when you had all these characters fighting with each other, trying to resolve stuff, and it helped move the story on. It's like every time we get part of the story going, boop, we got to have a dance sequence, and I didn't give a shit. Yeah, I wish there was more to this video. It's going to be a short one because there isn't that much to Hairspray, in my opinion, because of it's more dancing and music than anything else. At least that's how I felt. Great performances. I love Divine. I can't wait till I get into more movies with him. I don't know how much I'm going to, because I know he passed away before Crybaby. But again, characters like Debbie Harry is funny. Sonny Bono is Harry. The bit characters. Jerry Stiller is funny. I love the friend Penny. That type of stuff is good. I just wish there was more of that instead of them dancing. Then they had like the Footloose celebration at the end. They're all dancing like morons. They're having fun, but too much for me. I didn't like it. So yeah, that's it. There's not much to this video because to me there wasn't much to Hairspray. But I will say this. I still want to see the remake with John Travolta. I've seen the opening sequence. I think that's more of a musical than this version is. I've seen the opening sequence. I know John Waters is in it. He plays a flasher. It's fucking funny. Seeing John Travolta dressed up like Divine, it looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. No pun intended. But the original Hairspray, nah, it was okay. Nothing special to me. Disappointing, but it is what it is. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Tell me, what do you think of Hairspray? Have you seen it? Have you not? Do you not care? Am I being too overly critical about the the extra segments of American Bandstand or whatever the fuck the show's called? Coming up soon. Sharks and Slock Volume number 2 is continuing. Patrick gave me Shark Girl or whatever the fuck that is. His video for Ghoulies 3 is up now on Have Cheetah Will View. Please check it out. fuck, this guy's got like nerves of steel or something. I haven't been able to break him yet. And then this Friday, Frenzy and I will be back for a Friday the 13th live stream, talking Friday the 13th Part 3 and Jason X. And this Saturday, me and Melissa will get back together since our interview, starting our own little podcast called Watch What Now, where we watch films and discuss films where they leave an impression, where they're like, what the hell did I just watch? Not necessarily all bad films, but just movies that are like, okay, I gotta compose myself for a little bit type of thing. And we're gonna talk the substance. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then John Waters June will continue next week because, like I said, I'm pretty busy with the 2 live streams. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe Frenzy said I'd probably like Pecker. Maybe I'll do Pecker with what's his name? Edward Furlong. Anyways, kind of disappointed in Hairspray. It is what it is. Cheers.